Hey, welcome to another 60-minute Hatha yoga class, another one of our live Zoom class recordings. This class is all about downward facing dog, variations of downward facing dog. So we're going to take you through quite a few different dog poses, and we're going to really make sure that your alignment and getting in and out of dog is safe and you're understanding what it takes to practice downward facing dog. You don't need any straps or blocks or anything this class, just your good self and some space. As always, go at your own pace. It's going to be maybe a little more flowy than my usual style, so if at any point you feel tired, just rest in child's pose. Same if you feel like your strength is failing you, or you just need a little bit of time out. There's always the option to rest in child's pose, take a nice long stretch through your back, reconnect with your breathing, and then jump back in. I really hope you enjoy this class. Cheers guys, Namaste. We're going to begin with our Ujjayi breath this week to centre ourselves. So you take a comfortable seated position. Doesn't have to be cross-legged, just make sure you're really grounded down. Thumbs nice and grounded on the mat. Place the hands either in your lap or on your knees. Let the eyes gently close. And before we do anything, I'm going to take a big inhale any way you like and just sigh it out the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale deeply and release. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Allow the eyes to softly close. And we're going to start by scanning the body. So just start with your feet. And we're searching for any tension. So we're working our way up the body, but maybe your thoughts go straight to an area that you know has some tension. That's fine. We're working through the knees, hips, glutes, back, full torso, hands, wrists. Just searching to see if there's anything that you're holding on to, that you're clenching onto. Shoulders, neck, maybe the head, the face, the jaw. Just notice these little areas or niggles. And start to feel that every time you breathe out, you can release. You can soften. Relinquish. Now let's take our attention to that breath. We're not using our hands on our belly to guide us this week. So without taking any effect on the breath yet, can you feel the physical sensation of your inhalations and exhalations? Maybe you feel the tummy and the chest rising and falling. If you allow your lips to close, you may be able to feel the cool air flowing down the back of the throat. And the warm breath tickling the top lip, maybe. We're going to engage our Ujjayi breathing. This is victory breath. So we're going to slightly narrow the backs of our throats and start to breathe deeply and heavily so that we can hear our breath. Like you're fogging up a mirror through your nose. The inhalation will be like a ha sound, and the exhalation like a sa sound, but with the lips still closed. It's sometimes known as ocean breath because it sounds like waves breaking on the shore. Feel free to let your Ujjayi breath be as loud as it can. This breath is cleansing you, energizing you. And any time in the practice today where you feel fatigued, bring your thoughts back to this breath and see if it helps you maintain your practice. Blink the eyes open. We're going to begin in child's pose. So coming towards the backs of your mat. Take big toes to touch, knees are hip width apart or maybe slightly wider. Bum sits back down on the heels, tops of the feet on the ground. Walk the hands away from the body. Spread the fingers and release the forearms and the forehead down to the mat. You might be able to feel your Ujjayi breathing now through the back of the body. Feeling the back of the rib cage expanding. And on every exhalation, that bum sinks back a little further. On every inhalation, those fingers are creeping forward, really stretching those shoulders. Take right hand and thread it under your left arm. Back of the hand is on the mat, reaching out to the left. So we're stretching the front of that right shoulder. Keep the hand active so the fingertips are spreading apart. Inhale that hand back to center, and then exhale, extend right arm out to the side like an aeroplane. If you're short on space either in the body or in your room, you can cactus the arm. So take a little right angle in the arm. Otherwise it's spread out to the side, extending out. Palm is flat on the ground. Inhale that hand back to center. Exhale, extend it back to your original child's pose. This time I'm going to take left arm under, thread that hand under right arm. Back of left hand is resting on the ground. Keep the forehead on the mat. Keep those fingers outstretched. Inhale it back through center. Exhale, aeroplane wing out to the side. palm is on the ground. You can take a bend in the elbow if you're tight on space or tight in the shoulder. Inhale it back to centre. Exhale back to your original child's pose. Lift the forearms this time. And really push like you're clawing your fingertips into the mat. So there's a little bit of space under each and every knuckle. And then the pads of the hands are really pushing down into the ground. Draw the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Notice this activation in your arms. This is a little cue for dog pose later. So that clawing act, as if somebody's dragging you away on the ground. You can really dig in those fingertips and the full width of the hand into the mat. Exhale, release the forearms, release that activation in the hands. Inhale, walk the hands towards the body. Take the knees together and lift your bum up. Actually, knees need to be hip width apart here. So we're kneeling, tops of the feet are released to the mat. Inhale, reach right arm up into the sky. And exhale, send those hips over to the right, leaning over to the left. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, release that arm. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, send those hips over to the left. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, release. Hands to the lower back, sliding those fingers into the jeans pockets. Inhale, look up at the sky. Exhale, push those hips forward. Little tiny back bend here, waking up that lower back. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, release the hands. We're going to repeat that this time, but with a hold. Inhale, take the right arm up into the sky. Exhale, send the hips to the right, lean over to the left. That left hand is travelling down your thigh. Inhale, square that chest forward. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine, bend a little deeper. Inhale, reach through that hand. Exhale, push those hips to the side. Push, push, push. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release right hand. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, send the hips to the left, bending over to the right. Inhale, draw that bicep back by the ear. Exhale, empty the belly up, firm up the abdomen. Inhale, reach through those fingertips. Exhale, push those hips, push, push. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release that hand. Take those hands to the lower back, fingers pointing down. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Shoulders are pulling towards each other. Elbows are pulling towards each other. On an exhale, soften that. So if you're clenching the glutes, release that clench of the glutes and really push those hips forward. Take the chin level, so we don't want to dump our head back, looking up at the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, push those hips a little further. One more round of breath. Inhale, draw those shoulders back. Exhale, push those hips forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, sit your bum back down. Take the hands out, back into that child's pose. Ground those fingers down into the mat, just like we did before. A little bit of space under the knuckles. Hands are hip width apart, shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes under. And inhale, lift those knees 2 inches off the ground. You should feel that your thighs are starting to fire up here. Exhale, step the feet back behind you so the legs are straight, or as straight as you can bring them today. Inhale, send the belly to the thighs, bend the knees deeply. exhale, lift the bum high up into the sky. Now if this is our first downward dog today, it's going to be a little bit of a scruffy looking dog, that's okay. We've got to start warming up the body. So we're going to pedal those feet. Bend left knee deeply, extend right leg. Switching to the other side, bend right knee deeply, extend left leg. Switch again with the breath. Switch again, walking out our dog here. Gentle movement, you feel it in the calf, in the hamstring. And then inhale, come to stillness, bend the knees deeply. Exhale, send that bum up high in the sky. Extend through the hamstrings. It doesn't matter if you've got a little soft bend in the knees. What we want is that length in the back. We're making an upside down V with our body. Inhale, look at the hands, walk the feet to meet them, keep a soft bend in the knees, take a half lift here. Exhale, fold forward completely. Ragdoll the hands, let the head hang, let the arms hang. You can even sway from side to side, shifting the weight from one foot to the other. Then inhale, hands to hips, and slowly uncurling. All the way up to standing. Head is last. I'm going to take some sun salutations now just to get things really moving. So inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hinging at the hips, swan dive forward, hands to the shins or the mat. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward completely. Step back with the right leg, drop the right knee. Inhale, swoop the arms up overhead, palms touch, look up. Exhale, release the hands back down either side of the front foot. Step back, lower all the way down so you're on your belly. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, and hover the hands for tiny baby cobra. Exhale, release the hands, release the head. Inhale, tuck the toes, push up through your half plank or high plank, and exhale the bum high and back for downward facing dog just for a second. Inhale, that right foot steps forward, drop the back knee, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the hands down, step back, lower all the way down. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, hover the hands again. Exhale, release everything back down. Inhale, tuck the toes, push up through your half plank or high plank. And exhale, back to your downward dog. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the hands. Walk the feet to meet them. Take the half lift. Exhale, release everything forward fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up overhead, hands either side. Exhale, sink the bum back down into invisible chair. So feet are hip width apart. And we should still be able to see our toes as we look down. If we can't, we need to pull the body back and stick the bum out further as well. These look good. Inhale the hands to heart center. Exhale, take left elbow to the outside of right knee, twisting to the right. Really push into those hands with equal force and pull that left knee back so it's in line. Inhale back through your chair pose, arms outstretched. Exhale, come all the way up to standing, arms down by the side. Inhale, we'll do the other side. Reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, everything comes down. Step left foot back this time, drop left knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release to the mat. Step back, lower all the way down. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Press the hands down this time, slightly deeper. Exhale, release the head. Inhale, push through your half or high plank. Exhale, back downward dog for just a moment. Inhale, left foot steps forward, drop the back knee, arms reach up. Exhale, release everything back down. Step back, lower down. Inhale, point the toes, lift the chin, lift the chest, press the hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes, push through your plank option. Exhale, back to downward dog. Like before, we're going to hold. Notice what your feet are doing. It's okay if those heels are up high, if it helps get that bum in the air. Notice if your biceps are by the ears, or if your head and your shoulders are lurching forward. Push the ground away. Inhale, take a look at those hands. Walk the feet to meet them. Inhale, take that half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, keep that bum in that invisible chest. Swoop the arms up. Sit the bum back. Like you've got a little tiny stool behind you that you can sit down in. Reaching long and tall from the waist up. Inhale, hands to heart center. Right elbow comes to left knee this time, twisting to the left. Draw that right knee back so the knees are in line. Stack the elbows in one straight vertical line. Inhale, come back through your chair. Back to center, arms outstretched. Exhale, come all the way up to standing. Release the arms down by the sides. We're going to take another sun salutation. Slightly different this time. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, step back with left leg, drop left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, release everything down, step back, lower down. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, push the hands, maybe some of the belly peels off the ground. Exhale, release the head to the mat. Inhale, push through that plank option. Exhale, back to downward dog. We're going to hold again here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot forward, drop the back knee, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale for a little tiny back bend here. Exhale, gaze forward and step that back foot to meet the front foot, back into that awkward chair pose. Release the hands, inhale, swoop them up in front of you. Sink that bum down. Now take that hand to heart center again, inhale. Exhale, shift your weight into your right foot. Pick the left foot up and bring it right onto your tippy toe. Take the left hand up into the sky. Take right hand onto left thigh, twisting as you go. You can stay here, or the next step in this balance is inhale to prepare. Exhale, pick that tippy toe off the ground, taking that foot to the buttock. Beautiful. Exhale, release everything back down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, release hands down by the side of the body. We'll do the other side. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg steps back this time, drop the back knee. Inhale, reaching hands overhead. Exhale, release the hands to the mat, step back, lower down. Point the toes, inhale to your cobra. Exhale, release the head. Tuck the toes, inhale through plank. Exhale, back into your downward dog. Gonna hold again. Feel the alignment in the body. Feel how that upside down V feels now. We're warming up. Reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. Step the left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale the hands overhead. Exhale, release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, look up, little baby back bend. Exhale, gaze forward. Step right foot to meet left. Sink into that invisible chair. Release the clasp of the hand. Inhale to your chair pose, hands sweep out in front. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to pick right foot up this time. Onto that onto that big toe. Bring it close into left foot. Feel that balance. As before, we're going to take right arm up into the sky and place left hand on right thigh. Maybe this is enough balance for you today. If you're feeling curious and playful, pick that big toe off of the ground. Take that foot towards the buttock. Strong work in standing leg. These look very good. Exhale, release back to your chair pose. Arms outstretched. Inhale, hand to heart center. Exhale, come all the way up. Hands down by the side of the body. Should be nice and warm now. So anything we tackle, we've got really good and warm for it. It's going to take a wide-legged stance. So feet are going to come to the back edge of your mat, 4.5 to 5 feet wide. Turn the toes in so that the feet are parallel. And we're going to interlace our hands behind our back. Normally I make you squeeze the palms together. This time you can lock the wrists out and get a nice stretch in those wrists. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, folding forward. You can have a little soft bend in the knees. Feel those hands just floating overhead like a cantilever. Let those shoulders roll forward. Let the head hang. Feel the inner thighs opening up. Release the clasp of the hands. See if they can come to the shins or the ankles, maybe somewhere in between. Wrap the fingers around the back of the calves or the back of the ankle. Send the elbows out to the side, bending the arms, drawing on whatever you're holding on to pull crown of the head to the ground. Maybe tip a tiny little bit more of your body weight into your toes rather than heels. Beautiful. Reconnect with your Ujjayi breath here. Make that sound like the waves of the ocean. Inhale, take that half lift. Take left hand and place it on right shin. Exhale, folding over that right leg. Doesn't matter where you come to, but the alignment is that we're trying to take our nose to our shin. So don't be in a hurry to round the spine to get the head to the knee or anything like that. You want a nice long back. Very nice. Exhale, release the hands. And take them to center this time. Maybe they come to the ground if you piano the fingers into the ground. If they don't, you can take hands to hips. Just see if everything can open up. Notice how right leg feels compared to left leg, now that we've done that stretch on the right hand side. If the hands come to the mat easily, bend the elbows back, gazing between the legs. Lovely. Take hands to hips and inhale, ground through the feet to uncover all the way up to standing. Head is last. We're going to turn right foot out. We're going to pick left foot up and just move it over so it's at a 45-degree angle. We're going to turn our hips and our shoulders so we're pointing the same direction as that right foot. Ground the little toe of your back foot into the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Hands are apart, palms are facing each other. Fingers are spread for warrior two. Exhale, bend that front knee deeply. Can you still see big toe? If you can't, you might need to widen your stance or pull your body weight back slightly. These are beautiful. Gaze forward. Every exhalation sinking that groin down to the mat. Every inhalation really grounding through the feet, growing tall in the spine. Like someone's got a string in the crown of your head and they're pulling you upwards. Inhale, come onto the ball of your back foot, so lift left heel off the ground. Exhale, start to fold forward, reaching those hands out in front, just like our awkward chair pose. If this is too strong, you can release that back knee to the mat. Exhale, release those hands, frame the front foot, step back to your plank. Exhale, lower everything down. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest for our cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, inhale through your plank. And exhale back to your downward dog. Take a few movements here. Reacquaint yourself with this downward dog. You can pedal. You can wag your tail, moving your hips from side to side. And then come to stillness. We're going to take one of our variations. So inhale, float right foot up. It might just come a few feet off the ground. Maybe it comes high in the sky. Wherever it comes to, keep that right hip pointing down towards the ground. Point right toe. Push the ground away. The more length you get in the spine, the higher that leg comes. Breathe. Take your Ujjayi breath. Bend that right knee and take right knee out to the side like you're cocking your leg like a dog, like a boy dog. That foot's going to come behind your bum as the knee comes higher for a little hip stretch. And we're going to flip our dog over so that our belly is facing the ceiling. The way we're going to do this is this foot that's in the sky is going to step behind us and down to the ground. Then our hand is going to follow. Both hands are going to readjust, so fingers are pointing at the toes. This is our wild thing pose. So send those hips up into the sky. That's it, cat, you've got it. Keep following it intuitively. You're there. If you want to deepen this pose, you can extend the legs out in front of you. Really lengthen through the neck. Look at your ceiling. Look along the back of the wall behind you. We're going to come back to our dog by reversing the sequence. So step those feet back in if you've extended the legs. And then push into right foot. Push into left foot and left hand, right hand and right foot steps over. Back the way we came. If you're tired, take that child's pose. Otherwise, exhale, release everything down. Point the toes, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, release the head. Inhale, push through. Exhale, back to downward dog. And we're going to walk our hands towards our feet this time. And then inhale, hands to hips, come all the way up to standing. And we're going to go back to our wide-legged stance and do it all again on the other side. So, feet 4.5 to 5 feet apart. Toes are turning in ever so slightly. Interlace the hands behind the back. Let those wrists really lock out for a nice counter stretch to all the work we're doing in our downward dog. Inhale, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, dive forward. Hands float up overhead. Let them be a counterweight. Allow those shoulders to roll forward, countering all that downward dog. Release the hands. Take a hold of those shins or the ankle. Elbows bend out to the side. Draw upon them. Shift the weight into those toes. Feel those hamstrings, inner thighs, lengthening every time, every second. It's deepening. Inhale, take half lift. Exhale, right hand comes to left shin this time. Folding over that left leg. You squeeze those quad muscles so that the kneecaps lift. You might find it gives you more length in the back of the legs when we're contracting the front of the leg. Inhale back to center, taking that forward fold again. Wherever the hands come to, just feel that length in the spine. Let gravity do the work. Shifting the weight slightly forward. If the hands come to the mat, the next step is to walk them in line with the feet. Elbows bend back through the legs, gazing through the legs. Very nice. Take the hands to the hips, maybe a little soft bend in the knees. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, turn left toes out. Step that back foot in, 45-degree angle. Square the hips and the chest with the front of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms are apart, facing each other, fingers spread. Exhale, bend the knees equally, check you can still see big toe. Gazing forward if you're happy with your alignment. These all look very good to me. If you feel any pinching in that lower back, you might just need to wiggle that back foot out slightly. And really think about drawing your belly in. Inhale that back heel off the ground so you're on the ball of your right foot. Exhale, charge the body forward. Be really tall. You still want to be active in this top body, so try not to go for a little sleep on that thigh. Inhale, reach just that little bit further. Exhale, release the hands so they're framing front foot. You can drop the back knee if you need to. We're going to step back into our plank. Option for child pose, otherwise we've Vinyasa through. Exhale, lower down. Point the toes, inhale into your cobra, back bending here. Exhale, release the head. Inhale, tuck the toes through your plank option. And exhale to your downward dog. Option for a little wag, a little walk. And then we're going to take that left foot up, keeping those hips square. Point left toe. Float that foot up into the sky, but we're not opening that hip just yet. Maybe your standing foot is coming onto the ball of the foot. That's okay if it keeps those hips high and level. These look very nice. Exhale, bend that knee, take it out to the side, cock your leg, like a boy dog. Opening up the side of the body now. We're going to step that left leg over, take that right hand to left hand to follow it into that wild thing pose. Pivot the hands so the fingers are pointing at the feet. Send those hips up. Option to extend the legs out straight for a reverse plank. Look up and back. We're going to step those feet in if we've extended them. Ground down into right hand and right foot. Left hand and left foot steps over. And this time we're all going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. Take right cheek to the mat. Release the hands down by the sides of the body. Backs of the hands are on the mat. Let the corners of the feet to the heels just flop out to the side for a moment. And inhale, take your chin back to centre. Take the hands out so that the palms are facing the thighs. Fingertips are spread. Lift the chin and lift the head. Lift the shoulders off the mat. Now zip up your big toes, your heels, your knees, your thighs and your glutes. Exhale to float those feet into the sky. This is our locust pose. One more breath here. Inhale, how much of your body can you peel off the ground? Exhale, release everything back down. Take the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. We've got a few more variations of dog to try out. So push up through your plank pose if you're feeling energetic. And then exhale back into downward dog. Hips are high. The first variation we're going to try is we're going to pick our right hand up off of the mat and we're going to aeroplane it out to the side and then back so that our palm is hovering by our thigh, just like it was in that locust pose. It's like a Superman, like that side of the body is flying through the air. Strong work in that left hand that's still grounding into the mat. So take right hand back for a moment. Shift the weight for a moment. If this feels strong enough, that child pose option is there. Otherwise, our next variation, so we're going to pick that right hand up again and we're going to place it on the outside of left thigh. We're gazing up past left bicep for a twisted dog. So right hand is on the outside of left thigh. Take everything back. From here, if you're in your downward dog, release the knees to the mat, release tops of the feet to the mat. If you're in your child's pose, keep your shins on the mat, but lift your bum up so that your hips are over your knees. We're going to take our puppy pose here. So if you've done yin, this is your heart melting pose. So walk the hands away from the body. Keep those hips high over the knees in one straight line. Release the forearms, release the forehead. Bum is going to poke up into the sky as our chest and our belly is sinking down. Puppy pose. Reconnect with that Ujjayi breathing. Option to stay here in puppy pose. Otherwise, we're going to take those dog variations on the other side. ready to do that, ground the hands into the mat, maybe walk them back just a couple of centimetres, lift the forearms off of the ground, tuck the toes, push the hips up and back into your downward dog. This time your right hand is going to reach back for your right thigh. One arm dog. This isn't easy, so keep working with that breath. Take that hand back to where it was, take a moment. Then we're going to go into our twisted variation. So pick that hand back up, and this time that left hand is reaching for that right thigh. So left hand coming to the outer edge of right thigh, gazing up past that left shoulder. Exhale, everybody release down. If you're in that child's pose, we're going to come into that puppy pose one more time. If you're coming out of downward dog, we're all going to meet so that our hips are stacked over our knees. Tops of the feet to the mat. Walk the forearms away from the body. Release the forehead, release the belly, release the chest. Let that heart melt down. We've got one more variation to try. Stay here if you feel that you want a restorative element to your class. If you want a challenge, we're going to take those elbows so they're just below the shoulders. Fingers are spread. So from the legs up, it's going to be the same as downward dog, but we've got our forearms on the mat. So tuck the toes, lift the hips. This is dolphin pose. So ears by the biceps. The elbows are really grounding down into the mat to keep those shoulders back and down. Strong work in the hamstrings as well. So if those heels come right off the ground, that's okay. Soft bend in the knees is okay too. These look great. So hold here. If you feel that you've got the space in your hamstrings, we've done a lot of work on them today. The next step is to walk the feet in. To do that, you're going to have to really push that chest. Remember those belly coming to the tops of the thighs in our dog pose. And release everything down. Release tops of the feet to the mat. Take the knees in so they're touching. Release the head down to the ground. Take backs of the hands, rest them either side of the feet. Let the shoulders roll forward. We're going to rest here in embryo pose. Feel everything just curling up. All the work is done. Roll slightly more onto the top of your head and lift the bum up. The hands are going to just drag forward slightly. It's just a variation known as rabbit pose. So it's still really restorative. It just allows more of those shoulders to release forward. Sit the bum back down. Take the hands so that they're planted on the ground under the shoulders. And inhale, come all the way up to a kneeling position. Swing the legs out in front of you. Take the soles of the feet so that they're touching. Knees flop out to the side. Take a hold of those feet and just start to butterfly the knees so that they're flapping. And that's just going to help to release anything in the lower back. And come to stillness. If you like a deep practice in your hips, you can draw those feet closer to the groin. Conversely, if you're tight in the hips, allow those feet to be a little further away. Wherever you are, interlace the fingers around the feet. Draw the chin in. Take a little rounded spine here. Bend the elbows and fold forward. This is one of the few postures in Hatha yoga where we allow a little rounding in the spine. So it should feel good on those shoulders that have been working so hard. If you imagine that Ujjayi breath was like waves on the shore, just notice that sea is starting to calm. Inhale, come all the way up. Take left foot so it is close to right buttock. And step right foot so it's on the outside of left knee. Reach left arm up into the sky. Left elbow comes to the outside of right knee. Right hand is pianoing the fingers close to the bum on the ground. Use the elbow like a lever. Get a nice closed twist here. You can gaze over right shoulder. Make sure we're really tall in the spine. We're twisting right from the base of the belly. Inhale, come back to center. You're going to change the legs. So right foot comes close to left buttock. Left foot steps on the outside of right knee. Reach right arm up into the air and bring right elbow to the outside of left knee. Left hand on the ground, close to the bum. Gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale back to center. We're going to take soles of the feet to the mat, bend in the knee. We're going to lower ourselves down so the full length of the back is on the ground. Cross right thigh over the left. Lift the feet off the ground so that you can place your hands on your shins. So opposite hands to opposite shins, and then draw those knees in close to the chest. Tuck the chin in, give yourself a double chin to keep length in the neck. You should feel this in your right glute. Maybe even the right quarter of your lower back. Exhale, release. Change the cross of the legs so that left thigh is crossing over right. feet off the ground and take a hold of the shins with the hands. Keep that double chin. Draw those knees in close to the chest. Left quad is stretching deeply. Left glute is stretching deeply. Release the hands, uncross the thighs, take those feet back to the mat. And you can extend one leg and then the other. Place back to the hands on the ground. A little bit of space between the arms and the sides of the body. We're going to take a little rest here in Savasana. So let the eyes close. Let everything feel heavy and soft. Had a strong practice, so we're going to rest here and absorb the benefits. Thoughts are going to drift in and out. That's okay. You can release your Ujjayi breath now, just breathe naturally and rest here. Very gently now, bring some movement into your fingers and toes. You can roll your head from side to side. Take a big, deep stretch and a big, deep breath. Reach the arms. And in your own time, there's no hurry. Roll over onto your right hand side into the recovery position. Make a pillow with the hands or the arms. Keep the eyes closed for just a little longer as you make your way into a seated position. Take the hands to heart center. Take a moment to give yourself credit for coming to this practice today. Channel a bit of energy, a bit of dog energy. Be your own steadfast companion. Blink the eyes open. Namaste everybody, thank you.